Welcome back to accounting. In this topic, we are going to talk about prime entry books or books of prime entry. In our last time topic, we have discussed about the sales journal and the sales return journal as the books of prime entry. Now, we are going to discuss about the purchase journal and the purchase return journal. Now, what is purchase journal or the purchases daybook? Purchases daybook is a prime entry book which can be used to record for purchases of trade items on credit. So what is the source document for the purchase journal? We have the purchase invoice. You will be receiving a purchase invoice if either you are purchasing goods on credit. So the supplier will give you a purchase invoice. Let's have a look in this slide. Now, our purchase journal, this one, when goods are purchased on credit, credit the supplier's account in the creditor's account or trade payables account, and in the purchase ledger with the total of the invoice on the relevant date. Simply purchase debit, trade payables or creditor, credit side. At the end of the amount or at the end of the month, the total amount of the purchase journal should be debited to the purchases account in our nominal ledger. This will now form the double entry for all the individual credit entries in our purchase ledger. How about purchase return journal or the purchase return daybook, or what we call also the return outwards journal? So this is a book of prime entry which can be used to record all the returns of trade items to supplier by the business. So what is the source of documents in having this purchase return journal or return outwards journal? We have this what we call debit note. Now, that one debit note is given by the supplier to the customer if ever we have returned. What is a purchase return journal? When goods are returned to a credit supplier or a creditor, what we call creditor as well, we debit the supplier's account in the purchase ledger with the total of the credit note on relevant date. And at the end of the month, the total balance of the return outwards journal or purchase return journal should be credited to the return outward account or purchase return out account in our nominal ledger. This will now form the double entry to all the individual debit entries in the purchase ledger. So what is the summary of this video? The purchase journal is a written up from invoices received from suppliers or the purchases invoice that you have received, and the purchase return journal is written up from credit notes received from suppliers, which is from the debit note. And at the end of each month, the total of sales, purchases, and return journal are transferred to the sales, purchases, and return accounts respectively. Thank you once again for watching the video. Remember that the best investment is education.
Me.